The 8 best professions in the Roman Empire explained. 1. Senator or high magistrate. At the very top of Roman society stood the senatorial class. Being a senator wasn't exactly a job in the modern sense. It was a political role reserved for the elite, but it was one of the most powerful professions in the empire. Senators controlled laws, finances, provinces, and military commands. Many governed entire regions as proconsuls, accumulating immense wealth through taxes, land ownership, and patronage networks. A successful political career could make a family powerful for generations. However, this profession came with risks. A single political misstep could lead to exile or execution, especially on unstable emperors. Still, for those who survived the political game, no profession offered more influence or prestige. 2.
While ordinary legionaries lived hard lives, military officers, especially centurions, enjoyed one of the best careers available to non-aristocrats. A centurion earned many times more than a common soldier, received a share of war spoils, and often retired with land or a pension. Their authority was immense. Centurions enforced discipline, commanded respect, and were often feared even more than generals. Some rose even higher, becoming tribunes or governors. The Roman military was one of the few paths for social mobility, allowing talented men from humble origins to gain wealth and status. 3. Merchant and long-distance trader. Commerce was the lifeblood of the empire, and successful merchants could rival senators in wealth. Roman traders moved grain from Egypt, spices from India, silk from China, and wine across the Mediterranean. Those involved in long-distance trade took risks, storms, pirates, and shipwrecks, but the profits were enormous.
Unlike senators, merchants were sometimes looked down upon socially, but money spoke loudly in Rome. Many wealthy traders bought land, funded public buildings, and ensured their children entered the political elite. In practical terms, a top merchant enjoyed freedom, wealth, and relative independence. 4. Architect and engineer. Roman civilization was built, literally, by engineers. Architects and engineers designed aqueducts, roads, bridges, amphitheaters, and military fortifications. Their knowledge of mathematics, materials, and mechanics made them indispensable to both the state and private patrons. Highly skilled engineers often worked directly for emperors or the army, ensuring steady income and protection. Their work could last centuries, granting them a legacy few professions could match. In a world without modern technology, technical knowledge was power, and Roman engineers possessed plenty of it.
5. Physician, doctor. Medicine in ancient times was dangerous, but Roman physicians held surprisingly high status. Many doctors were originally Greek slaves or freedmen, but once recognized for their skill, they could earn immense respect and wealth. Some became personal physicians to emperors, senators, or generals. Doctors were exempt from certain taxes and civic duties, making their profession even more attractive. While medical knowledge was limited, experience mattered, and successful doctors developed loyal clients. In a violent and disease-ridden world, the ability to heal was priceless. 6. Lawyer and legal advocate. Rome was a civilization obsessed with law. Legal advocates, known as orators or advocati, represented clients in courts, drafted contracts, and navigated complex legal systems. Success in law often led directly to political power. Famous Roman lawyers gained popularity, influence, and patronage.
Some refused payment publicly, accepting gifts instead, which only increased their prestige. This profession rewarded intelligence, rhetoric, and social connections. For ambitious men, law was a gateway to power without needing military command. 7. Skilled artisan, especially luxury craftsmen. While most manual laborers struggled, elite artisans lived very differently. Goldsmiths, sculptors, mosaic artists, weaponsmiths, and luxury furniture makers served wealthy patrons and temples. Their skills were rare and highly valued. Some artisans ran large workshops, employed apprentices, and sold their work across provinces. A famous craftsman could enjoy stable income, autonomy, and even fame. In a society that prized beauty and status symbols, those who created luxury thrived. 8. Imperial bureaucrat or administrator. As the empire expanded, bureaucracy became essential. Imperial administrators managed taxes, census records, grain distribution, and provincial logistics.
Many were equestrians rather than senators, allowing them to build wealth without the dangers of high politics. These officials enjoyed stable salaries, legal privileges, and close ties to imperial power. Corruption was common, and while risky, it often went unpunished if managed carefully. For those who valued stability over glory, this was one of the safest elite professions in Rome. The Roman Empire was not a place of equal opportunity. Birth mattered, status mattered, freedom mattered. But within its rigid hierarchy, certain professions offered paths to wealth, power, and legacy. From senators shaping history, to merchants moving the world's riches, to engineers whose structures still stand today, these professions built Rome as much as its armies did. Understanding these careers helps us see Rome not just as an empire of conquest, but as a machine powered by human labor, ambition, and expertise.
And in many ways, the echoes of these professions still shape our modern world.